Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, episode 97, recorded in Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre.
I can hear it, but I don't know if everyone else can hear it, Ray.
Let's operate on the basis that everybody can hear it.
Yeah, okay.
I can hear it.
Yeah, let's address the elephant in the room.
And the elephant in the room is indeed the engines of the Starship Enterprise.
We're trying to find new places to record all the time.
Yeah.
We did Anderson's last week. This week we're doing it in space because there's no COVID in space.
We're doing it on the Starship Enterprise. These are the idling engines of the Starship Enterprise.
That's right. That's what they sound like when they're ticking over.
Now, I hope to God that people can hear this.
Yeah, because if they can't, then
Because if they can't, well then now at this point I'd like to drop in a little clip of what the Starship Enterprise engines idling actually sounds like, which there is on YouTube.
Okay.
There's about 21 hours of the engine sound of the Starship Enterprise.
Don't tell me this is like, what do they call that? DMCA? What do they call it? FPTA?
What?
IRA? What is it again with people listening to sounds?
Oh, AMSR, MSR, MS, yeah.
ASMR,
yeah.
Yeah, so that you're telling me that there's 21 hours of Starship Enterprise ASMR.
Yeah, so you could put this on your sound system in your living room and you can pretend like you're on the Starship Enterprise.
Jesus
so
Christ.
we should drop that in now so people can hear what it sounds like. So here it is. So now, we're now going to be quiet for a minute now that you've heard that and see if it sounds the same.
To me, Ray, it sounds like an old Ryanair flight or something that you're about to go to Fungarola.
Oh, yeah!
So maybe people can pretend that they're about to go on their summer holidays.
Yeah, or it feels like we're doing this on a plane.
Yeah, we could be. I still like the idea, Ray, that we might be doing it in outer space because we'll do anything to not put COVID on each other. Now, the real truth of the matter is that we are back in Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre again, and Ray has moved further away from me than he was. He was about 5 metres last week. He's about 10 metres this week.
I am.
Does that say anything about me or just COVID, Ray?
It's just being responsible.
We're trying to be as responsible as possible.
We're responsible adults.
We're trying to cape the podcast coming into your lovely ears while also caping the COVID out of our lovely bodies. I'm
so far away from you that you're blurry. Because my eyesight's not so great.
Ray's looking at me at 480p.
And I'm finding it hard to hear you.
You can't hear me at all, no?
Well, I can hear you, yeah, but it's like you're. I suppose I'm not used to being this far away from you.
So because Ray is so far away, he's not wearing. I'm the only one wearing headphones, so he sounds like he's in my head. I sound like I'm halfway across the Jay's room. This is what we do, lads, to bring ye podcasts. Now, Ray, a week of nothing. Again, where we did nothing again.
Yes.
Because we're locked down.
It's very locked down at the minute.
But having said that, what I have done to alleviate some of that is watch some television.
Oh,
and I know that you have watched some television as well.
Did you watch the thing I asked you to watch?
So here's what happened, lads. I didn't watch it. I'm going to tell you that now.
Oh, no!
Do you know why? Because the 4OD are gone full Brexit, man. And if you want to sign up for 4OD to watch these television programs that are on it, you have to sign in and send them your address.
Yeah.
It won't recognise Kendy's address code in Sligo.
Okay.
It's saying you're not in Wickham, you bastard. You know what I mean?
Oh, no!
So it wouldn't let me watch it, right? But
Right.
I was so intrigued. So what I want, first of all, I watched another program, sir, but we'll get to that. I want you to please explain to the people what you told me to watch.
Right.
Because I want to find out, were you like asking me to watch it for a particular reason? Were you inquiring, was I into this certain scene?
No.
Or were you just trying to get Kendy vexed?
Okay, just to give you some context. Obviously, after nearly 12 months of lockdown, it's getting hard to find those things to watch.
Oh my God. Do you know what I heard the best thing ever is as well? Someone said that there should be a Tinder, a swipe right, swipe left thing for couples at home. And it's TV programs keep coming up, and if you both swipe right on one, it gives you a match.
Oh, yeah.
What a great idea that is, because me and Nicola be sitting there going, what are we going to watch next? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not watching that shite.
Well, I'm lucky. I have a Laura.
You have a Laura at home.
And she has a friend called Kim.
Right.
And she works with Kim. And Kim
She said, come here.
Have you seen this?
Come here. Come on. Man.
Basically, the suggestion was, have you seen a show on 4OD called Swingers?
Yes.
Right? And obviously, because we have very little to watch at the minute, we thought, sure, we'll give it a go. Do you know?
The swinging or the show?
No, the show. Just watching the show.
Okay,
we said we start with just watching the show and trying to get, because I'll be honest.
Dip the toe in.
Just see what's going on.
Yeah.
Neither of us really had much of an inclination as to what this was going to be.
Okay, but did you know that it was going to be obviously about...
Oh, I knew kind of roughly what swinging is about.
Yeah, okay, so this is what I'm going to say to you, Ray, before you go any further with your story, and I
Sure.
know I keep cutting across you, but that's the level of
That's
energy
the way
I'm
this
at right now.
podcast works.
That's the way it works. Now, when you think of swingers and you think about getting into the lifestyle, you're going, oh, lovely, let's meet some new, hip, young couples, right? And it'll be a bit of crack or whatever. I can almost guarantee, even though I didn't see the show, I fucking guarantee everyone out there it's dirty old ones.
No, it's not.
What?
It's a lovely mix.
It's a lovely mix of
on
everything.
this particular show. Now, this was a Channel 4 show, and you can all now go and watch it. It's on the 4 if you have an address in Wickham.
Someone tell me if you can sign in or not. I couldn't sign in, man. It was awful annoying. Go on.
So, anyway, myself and myself sat down, and we put it on. I don't know how we have it and you don't. Maybe we're in a better address. Maybe rushing hour is shit.
Go on anyway.
Maybe. So, we sat down, and we started into it. And it's about an establishment, what we'd only call a hotel.
Okay.
Right? It's in England. It's just off the A5. And it's called Liberty Elite or Liberty Singles or Liberty something.
Right.
Liberty Swingers, perhaps.
Right.
I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. But it's ran by what one could only call an outlet.
Now, straight away, there I go. Dirty outlet. Okay.
He's not, though. He's a very sprightly outlet.
Don't fucking call him. He's a very liberal,
He's very
open
sprightly.
guy.
Because the first scenes of him was pumping weights.
All right, okay.
Right? And he says he bought this back in the 70s and he knew it would take off because he had done a bit of this swinging crack. And he said, people need a place to go swinging.
Right, okay.
So he opened this place up, a very tasteful kind of lounge area and all the rest. And what happened, I don't know how to come around this without forgetting stuff, so I'm going to try and start. First of all, the big revelation for him was that he had used to have loads of sex. Now he only has it maybe 2-3 times a week.
But that is
the man is in his 70s.
That is loads of it. That's too
That's
much.
what we were thinking.
Oh my Christ, man.
So, but in fairness, he runs a swingers club, so I could only expect he has it 2-3 times a week.
Yeah, that's kind of, I don't know, that is low. That's too much for a man in his 70s.
So to explain to those who don't know what swinging is, I'm now going to try based on my interpretation of this show.
Can't wait.
Swinging is when people who are either single on their own, right?
Okay.
Or they may be in a couple and they want to have a load of sex time with other couples and singletons.
So you can be single while doing this?
Or you can go in there on your own.
Because that's not swinging, that's an orgy.
No, okay, it's not they're not all at it.
Okay.
This place has kind of first of all, they have a load of rooms. So we'll say, I'm going to give you some characters, right? I'm going to introduce you to some people that were on the show, right?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm going to change their names. Some of their names anyway, because I don't remember them.
Oh, I thought you were going to do it for their own protection. I was like, they were on 4OD. The fuck, man.
So John and Mary, right? John and Mary likes girls,
Oh, yeah.
but she's with John.
Does she like John's as well, or no?
Well, I think she likes John. It wasn't immediately apparent. He seems to be very much facilitating what she needed.
Okay.
So I think she said, I want to do this. And he said, whatever you want, darling.
Okay.
Let's get you down there.
Yeah, that's an easier choice for him to make, for
So
sure.
that's John and Mary.
Okay.
All right. Then we have Malika. Right.
Did you make that one up, or is that a
No,
real
that's a real name.
Okay. I was
She's
thinking-
a stripper.
Oh, lovely.
Right.
Okay.
And a young one.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
No way.
And then we have Siobhan.
Okay.
She's a granny. No, now don't laugh now, because after watching this,
Excuse me, okay.
I have to say I appreciate her.
Don't tell me she was your favourite.
No, she wasn't my favourite. I had no favourites in this situation.
Okay.
However, Siobhan was there as well. She was in her 70s.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Just imagine your stereotypical jolly-looking granny. She was there.
Okay.
So we're going to go with these 3 sets of individuals.
Okay.
Oh, and we'll give you Patrick as well. He's another lad.
Right, Paddy.
Paddy's been through some bad relationships.
All right, okay, so that's
Paddy's sick of the whole, relationship crack now. He doesn't want to get hurt again.
Yeah.
Would you believe it? Malika's in the same boat.
All right, okay, so she has been hurt.
She's been hurt as well. Doesn't want any more relationships.
Okay, so she wants...
So all they want is a bit of crack.
Yeah.
And they're coming here for the bit of crack.
Okay.
John and Mary, well, Mary's bored. So that's why they're going.
Well, Mary is not into John. That's why Mary's there.
And I believe Siobhan was just making up for lost time. She was a late starter, and I think she just really enjoyed it once she got into it.
She said, I can't believe I haven't done this already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's making up for last time.
Now, can I ask one question before we
Sure.
go any further? Malika, fine young one.
I suppose you could say she's a fine young one.
Siobhan,
Siobhan?
old one.
Yes.
Are they on top of each other?
I will get to where they end up.
Okay.
So anyway, what happens is you go in, all these people go and check into their rooms, right?
Okay.
And then they go into the lounge area where they get drinks and they mingle.
Oh, a bit of mingling.
Oh, a bit of mingling.
I think mingling is so important to any kind of party.
Yeah, so there's minglement.
Yeah. And a minglement of people.
A minglement of people in the lounge area. And it's Valentine's, so it's all decorated with streamers and balloons and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so it's nice.
Okay.
So during the minglement, we'll say John and Mary, just to catch their story now, they're chatting to some other couples. And it's nice, looking well, it's going well, you know.
There's more couples there beyond these people.
Oh yeah, there's more couples, more singletons, just a big bunch of people.
These are the featured acts on the show.
Yeah, I'm giving you just the few featured acts. Malika lands in wearing feck all.
Fair play.
And immediately catch the eye of Paddy at the bar, who's sitting there going, this is great.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so he's thinking, she's in now, that's who I'm going to be aiming for.
Yeah.
Because he's no interest in John and Mary.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a whole pile of interest in Siobhan. Siobhan is flat out mingling with everybody. Because I think she's probably fascinating to people. They're all sitting there going, what? Who? Do you own the place?
I mean, the poor old Tivoli, she's chancing everyone for the most part. Like.
Yeah, and it's funny, at the start of the show as well, they actually interviewed the staff and they were in the laundry. And I tell you, all them towels.
Oh,
all
magic.
them towels.
That's what I was going to say to you as well. I mean, like, are the couches and stuff covered in plastic?
Oh, I don't know. But look,
it starts to rot. That's rotten, man.
It's not. It's perfectly natural.
If you put a black light in that, man, you go blind.
It's love. I'm sure your room is no different.
There isn't an LED. There isn't an LED in the world that is as powerful as a black light on them couches.
Right.
My room is not like that, Ray. You dirty innocent, good for that bastard.
You're not married yet. What are you talking about, Ray? So anyway, their minglement happens, and then what happens is they all kind of get their kit off.
Okay.
And they go into the lounge area.
Okay.
From the bar, and in the lounge area there's a series of beds, and then there's some things with chains, whips, and there's a hot tub.
S&M job.
Oh, they've all the accoutrements.
And a hot tub as well.
Hot tub as well. So you can
you
can do minglement in the hot tub.
I wouldn't dip your Mickey into that hot tub, man.
But it's clean. It's fresh water.
I don't know.
The salmon jumping out of it is that fresh water. The fishing is savage in it.
It was a goldfish pot. Okay.
There are other jokes we could go to there, but we're not in the interest of this podcast.
Let's keep it lit.
Let's keep it lit. So anyway, what happens here is Paddy, obviously, and Malika, they get chatting.
Okay.
But Siobhan gets involved as well. That's kind of the theme of their night.
Right, okay.
They spend the majority of the night, first of all, on a bed, kind of chatting to Siobhan. Poor Paddy is raging. Do you know? Because obviously you can see here, Siobhan is...
Yes.
You know,
and she's trying to have a look in.
I don't know what's going to happen.
She's kind of saying, "Do you want tea, or will I? What do you want me to do?"
No, but in fairness, Siobhan had a lovely wee story. That was grand. Then they all went into the hot tub. There was more awkwardness, and then thankfully Paddy and Malika bit off and found a bed for themselves and went at it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, right. Perfect. Yeah. So what I'm going to say to there is they are not playing the game right, because you're either all in, Ray, or you're not in at all.
I know. Apparently, you can just have liaisons on your own, like.
But that's not swinging then. That's affairs.
What do you think is swinging?
Because look, I mean, I don't know what swinging is. Obviously, I don't know if there's any swinging parties in Sligo, but like, I thought the idea of swinging was, look, we'd all get into a room and there'd be loads of liquid everywhere. Like, who knows where it's going to end up? Because what you're saying there is, those two people found each other.
I suppose it's not unlike what you see in an average nightclub.
Yeah, but
two people finding each other and then going away, but they have it in the nightclub.
I don't think that's fair, though. I think there should be stricter rules on swinging. That look, if you want the fine young one, you're going to have to go through the 70-year-old granny. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. I just think fair is fair, Paddy.
But then, okay, there was a bit of swinging happening in the corner because the other couples were getting it on, but they weren't including John and Mary.
Why not?
I don't know. Maybe they just didn't like them.
Okay.
So Mary was upset.
Oh,
because she felt that they don't like her.
Ah, that's not right.
And it wasn't nice. And John was flat out trying to console her.
Okay.
And trying to say, look, I'm here for you. Yeah, and then she wanted to go home.
Yeah, that's okay. That sounds.
So there's ups and downs in swinging.
Yeah, no, that actually is kind of heartbreaking.
But the other gang were having a fantastic time. There was 4 of them at it on the bed, and they were just going to town and things.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, there was loads of dildos.
Oh,
loads of whips.
Okay, well, here's another question for you then as well. While all this is going on, is there someone swinging out of themselves?
Oh, yeah. People do be swinging away out of themselves. Like, if they're not involved in a group activity, they can make their own fun in the corner watching the group activity.
Oh, my God.
So even for that, if you're into that sort of thing, you can enjoy yourself.
Okay, then I have my final question for you, Ray. One more.
Sure.
Who are these people?
What?
Like,
apparently it's rampant.
No fucking way.
There's about, I think, apparently 200 swingers clubs in England alone.
Gee, and like, are they just like, your man owns a bakery, he's a plumber?
Yeah.
Like, they're not. And tell me, because I have heard of, there's lay-bys in Ireland. There's
I'm coming on to that, Jaxie.
Yeah, because there's one off the motorway outside Cork, and apparently you can tip into the woods there, man, and you can have a go, like, at a few different things, whatever you want, like.
Well, I'm going to get on to that now.
If you could open it, you could ride it.
Right, here we go. What you're talking about, before I get off the swinging issue, that show was very informative. And by the way, I forgot to mention, I think one of the reasons why John and Mary maybe didn't click with the other couples was at one point when there was the minglement.
Oh, yeah.
Mary pulled out a very large dildo which was about the size, approximately, of a 2-litre bottle of Country Spring. And I think that might have freaked out the other gentlemen and ladies.
Where was she expecting that to
She took
fit?
it out, said, I'd be on that now, regular.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of a yoke
My jaw was down the whole way through the show.
Mary has a yoke like the poor tunnel man. Jesus Christ.
Right. Moving swiftly on to what you're talking about. Okay. Truckers and a little thing called dogging.
Dogging, yes.
Dogging is different to swinging.
Is
swinging,
it?
Well, no, swinging is nice. It's couples going in enjoying themselves. Dogging's not that at all. Because, would you believe it, there's another show on Channel 4 which informatively explains dogging.
And what's it called?
Dogging Tales.
Yes. What's it called? Dogging
Tales.
Dogging Tales.
Which I think is very nice, yeah. So that was, I think, one of the nights we watched The Swingers, and then the following night over the dinner we decided to bait into the dogging. The show.
Yeah, okay. So you haven't got into any of these
No, just dip the toe.
Okay, yeah.
Mostly truckers. Woods.
Yeah.
People do go out, they're in the woods, and people do have the sexy time in the woods.
Fellas on fellas, for the most part.
It's not necessarily. There could be fellas and fellas.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's couples.
Okay.
So husband and wife will tip out, and the wife will be there on the back, the boot of the car, lying down, and the husband will keep an eye on things, and several gentlemen will assemble around the back of the car, and all.
What?
Yeah, they all have a bit of crack together.
Are you
one by
telling
one.
me she's hanging out the back of a Micra? Mm-hmm. What? And the boys just come in and say, "How are you keeping? How are things?"
Some people are into that.
Oh my fucking!
So the husband enjoys it.
Why
the wife enjoys
He's sitting
it.
in the front keeping the car ticking over. He's fucking listening to Dermot and Dave in the front of the car going,
You're right, darling.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, one more, okay, no bother.
Yeah.
Pop away.
Wasn't that mad?
It is so mad, Ray. Like, my big thing with all this kind of swinging and this dogging and all that kind of stuff is that you meet people in the street every day of your life, right?
Yeah.
And you might get chatting. You might get chatting in the line at the bank, the post office, getting a wee coffee down in Laura's or whatever. But that person might be getting walloped out the back of a Micra that night, like. Because you don't know. These people are all, what in air quotes, normal people.
Yeah. But there was nothing wrong with it.
I mean,
sure, whatever you're into.
Yeah, I know. Whatever you're into, like, I can safely say, haven't a clue what that lifestyle is all about.
Would you believe it? They said that one of the lads, a trucker lad, said he would say that 70% of the truckers in England do be at the dogging.
What?
They do pull in the lay-by, and up in the hill over the lay-by, there's be a whole pile of dogging.
So no. Those truckers, if 70% of truckers are into walloping, right? Hear me out, Ray. I'm just doing the maths in my head. I guarantee that of those 70% of truckers that are into walloping, 69%, great number, are their wives don't know that they're into walloping.
Oh, do you think?
100% they don't. This is truckers pulling in the side of the road going, I know this is what goes on here, so I'm going to do that.
Right.
Definitely.
We only got halfway through the dogging show because it was too disturbing.
Oh, that was worse than the swinging one.
We switched over to New Girl.
Yeah, that's...
Something a lot easier to watch.
Yeah, a lot easier. You know, Nicola watched 7 series of New Girl in about 2 weeks.
I wouldn't blame her. It's a great show.
I didn't see her face. You want to see the eyes on her, man, when she was finished. Fucking hell. I mean, you took a big U-turn there now to go straight to New Girl.
We had to. It was just getting awkward.
And come here. Did you watch, Ray, this week? Something very, very, very different, but with similar connotations, is did you watch the show on Michael and Matthew, or whatever the hell their names were?
I didn't.
Michael and John, or whatever
So you watched this?
Ray.
Tell me about Michael and John.
I had tears abroad in Missoula, or Missoula, or whatever, for Ray. It was unbelievable.
What was unbelievable? What's it about?
So, wait to hear this, right? So, 2015, fair play to us, we say that the gays can get married and all that, equal marriage. All
Great
that
day for the parish.
Great day for the parish, every parish.
Yeah.
So, these two boys worked together in Ayr years ago. They've known each other for 30 years. One of them is a good 15 years older or more. The other fella is homeless because he split up with his missus and he left 2 kids behind him.
Okay.
So, your man is homeless. Bucky Boo says to him, move into the house with me. I'm getting old and you can look after the head in me.
Yeah.
No. He does that and then he says, I'm going to fucking die eventually. I'm going to leave this house to you.
Jeez, that feels nice.
The nice thing anyone's ever done. And this guy is legit nice.
Yeah.
Right? Your man grew up right in Tipperary. He was a butler in a house and didn't know his parents.
Right.
He was just for rich people. He just, even as a boy, he just looked after rich people, right?
Yeah.
Now, he is probably, even though it's not said in the show, I would suspect gay.
Okay.
So They allude to it a little bit, and that he never had a woman. He dressed up as women and stuff, when he was younger.
Right.
And people used to call him queer, like would have been the big thing. And I suspect he probably was. Now, I'm judging that off the fact that, he probably is, and also he sounded exactly like Rory from Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Okay.
He fucking sounded exactly like him. Anyway, he says, you're going to take my house. Your man says, I can't take your house whenever you die because they're going to charge me a fortune in Stony Bladder in Dublin.
Yeah.
The tax.
The
inheritance tax is going to blow the arse clean out of my trouser.
Right.
So he says, let's get married then, and you won't have to pay any inheritance tax.
Which one is the gay one?
The oldest fella.
Okay.
The fella who's about to die.
Who wants to marry him?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, yeah, I know. That's what I thought.
That's fine.
But as the show goes on, you realise it is genuinely just companionship and friendship. And he's going, I've no one else to leave it to.
So they got married?
They end up getting married, right, in 2017, I think, right?
Wasn't tough.
Loads of people make complaints to the HSE, and they send out HSE workers to see if he's taking advantage of an older guy, like.
Okay.
And your man, the old fella, is fucking ripping with that they done that, right? So they decide he's obviously not taking advantage of him, this fella.
But in fairness, I wouldn't blame them either.
No, probably they have to, just to make sure, because
that does happen.
There was actually a film on this called Kevin and Someone Get Married. Kevin and James
Kevin and
get
Perry
married.
Go Large.
No, they didn't go that large with this film. It was something different.
Right.
They get married. Anyway, so they end up getting married. Your man is living in the house, minding him, genuinely fucking minding him.
He hasn't killed him yet.
No, that's what I was hoping. I was looking in going, am I going to see something here that's a wee bit sinister, like, and you can see through the cracks,
Yeah.
Your man gets pure sick. He gets put into the Mater Hospital for about a month.
Okay.
Bucky Boo, right, gets the house all set up to say he's coming back to live here with me again because I want him to die in his own house and he's a good friend of mine.
That's great.
So he lets him live there for a couple of years, looks after him, wipes the arse, the whole feckin' lot.
Yeah.
Bucky Boo dies and your man gets the house.
Woohoo!
And it's actually, I was in floods of tears watching the bastard joke, Ray. But it got Kendy thinking that if it came to it, let me paint a little fucking picture in your head, Ray, okay?
Okay.
As you know, Kendy looking for a job as we speak, right?
Yes.
He can't get one. The music doesn't ever come back, right? And Nicola says, I'm not wasting my time with this flute no more.
Fair enough. Understandable.
Head out in Sligo and get myself some new flutes. You said very understandable there. Cut deep, Ray, when you said that, but okay. So, just imagine that. Kendy gets horsed out. I have no job, right?
Uh-huh.
They've stopped the pop payment. They're saying, I don't care if you're a musician, you're never working again, okay?
Right.
I get stuck out, right? Let's say, I don't know, you and Laura, she decides to head on Ray. I have no interest in the head on him. She's gone as well.
But I would expect that most days. I look in the mirror, I go, what? In the name of God, this is he and me.
If anything, she's going to look at the head in you. I'm only saying this is hypothetical.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Kendy and Raybo then, you're a little bit older than I am.
I am. I have years on you.
You are in a better position than I am to be availing of a household right now.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
With the big civil service jobbing me.
So you say to me, Kendy, I want you to take care of me until I die.
Okay.
And when it comes to it, I'll give you the house that I own.
Yeah.
And I say to you, Ray, I can't take your house that you own because I can't pay the inheritance tax.
So we get married?
Would you get down on one knee?
Why would I be getting down on one knee? You're the one after the house.
Yeah, but you're the one that's asking me to get... Fuck you, Ray. You be the one proposing to me, you ignorant.
But what? Okay. I don't mean to interview you here now.
Okay.
Right?
What? We're just on an Indian wedding, man. Are you trying to find a Sousa or something?
Hold on a second now, right?
Okay.
Right. You have no prior experience of minding anyone. You have been the minded for all of your life.
Oh, so you're actually worried about my credentials to make sure that
I'm
you're
wondering how
okay.
you worked it. There's other lads out there.
No, but
I've no doubt Sean O'Reilly's be free.
Yeah, but he'd be off surfing and chatting, man. You can't...
He'd be good for me.
Nah, he wouldn't. No. Waste time. Please don't marry Sean O'Reilly, Ray. Please don't marry Sean O'Reilly. Please marry me. Listen, let me sell myself to you, right?
Right, what have you got?
The fit of me health, bar the little bit of weight that I have on and the fact that I don't do any exercise. Okay. It can be done, though. I can get back on board if I know that there's something there to live for.
Yeah, I seen you walking the last night.
I can walk away, man. I did like 2,000 steps, man. It was crazy.
Up and down to the shop.
I can get back to that state of mind again that I was in last week when I did 2,000 steps. I have no problem washing yet.
Oh!
I'll wash you, man. I'll wash the whole lot.
Because I won't be able to wash me.
No, I'll seriously, if you get to that stage, Ray, I will wash you up and down. I'll get right into every crevice.
You might make a better job of it than I'm making.
I'll go to places, Ray, that you wouldn't even be able to get to.
Wow.
100%, right? If you want tea, I'll make you tea, man, every single day.
Okay.
I'll bring you out for a lovely walk.
What about when there's a Liverpool match on?
Well, they actually had this in the show as well.
All
they
right.
said, what do you not like about each other, though, lads? And the owl fella said, well, he's always roared at that feckin' football at the television, so that would be you saying
That would be
he's
me
always...
saying that. Okay,
yeah,
fair enough.
I mean, if there's Liverpool match on, I'll probably be watching that, but that can be my 2 hour of my own time. But if it got to that, like, I'm guaranteed I'll be there for you. But, I mean, who's not to say, like, let's take it the whole way? Like, what if it went the whole way? Like,
What?
just imagine this, right? You decide then. So.
You're doing this to me again.
No, I'm not.
You are. You've done this to me before. You tricked me into it. You lulled me into a false sense of security, and I might have mentioned people fellas I like and I don't like.
Yeah, but that was your choice. You made that choice. That's not what this is, okay? What I'm
Right.
saying to you is, imagine then we say, let's get married then. Kendy Raybo are getting married, going to the chapel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a lovely day out with all of our friends, about 6 of them now. But I
Right.
mean, it could be
All
150.
that's left of them.
It could be 150 or 200 by the time we get married,
Yeah.
right? So, and then we have a lovely day out. We go down to Castle Dargan. We have a meal. We drink until about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and then the barman says, "Time, folks, you'd have to go." We wave goodbye to everybody, Ray.
Yeah.
We say, "Thank you so much." We head up to our little suite, our little bridal suite, Ray.
And what?
And I'll tell you, Ray, I would take you to the cleaner, so I would if I had to.
All I'm going to say to you
Go on.
is from tomorrow morning onwards, I'm going to be down at St. Anne's Church at the first mass they have available to me, praying and hoping that Laura does not see the head in me and as a result does not leave me. Because that would be a nightmare for me now. Is to be looking at the fancy mirrors in the room in Castle Dargan and seeing you walloping it into me.
Imagine if you got, right, I'm behind you, Ray. Just think about it. And you look up into the mirror, Ray, and we just catch eyes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be lovely?
No, it wouldn't be lovely.
Okay, well, look, we can't be Matthew and Michael then, I guess.
We could be just best friends. If the worst comes to the worst, we could be best friends and go for walks and, I don't know, listen to tunes together and play. Both of us could slap the bass.
And would you? But you would let me marry you though if it came to that.
Ara,
You just
look
wouldn't
it.
consummate.
I'd be a pragmatic sort of a practical sort of a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, if we're stuck and and you've nowhere to live,
Thanks.
yeah, I'll sort you out.
At least I know I have that sitting on the back of me. Anyway, right, sitting on the back of me. Ah! Okay. All right. Have you anything else you want to keep going and what you want to do?
And I do want to actually, now that you mention it,
Go on.
I want to ask you about if you're at home and your phone rings and you look at it and it's a private number, what would you do?
Oh, I don't answer.
Why?
Like, never answer because you don't know who it's. Someone's looking for money.
Right.
Someone out there is looking for money if they're ringing you on a private
And
number.
can I ask you, Jaxie, now, and this is all seriousness now, if you answer that phone and the person on the other end said, hello, haha, you're after answering me, I'm looking for money. How, in the name of God, does that person, by telling you they're looking for money, get the money out of you?
Well, it's the awkwardness then of telling them I don't have it. But you know what I mean? It's like, because Irish people in particular, we have this idea that if you don't see it, it's not there.
Okay.
You get that?
Also, if you do answer the phone and they tell you that you owe the money, then you're worrying about it for the
Yeah,
rest of the
then
week.
you know that you owe that money. I mean,
Okay.
tunnel vision is the best friend of someone who is running from some, you know what I mean?
Right. I just find it fascinating.
Why
that
would you
people are
answer
so,
it?
Of course I would.
You would answer it,
Why
private
wouldn't
number.
I? They can't kill me. No one's ever died from answering a private number.
Yeah, I know, but I love that attitude of yours because that's the right attitude that you should have.
It's
and
a
you
logical thing. I'm looking at going, someone wants to talk to me. I'm now, like, I mean, if you're on the street,
Yeah.
a stranger can come up to you, a blind stranger, now don't have to be blind, but a stranger can come up to you and go, you owe me money.
Well, that's usually homeless people that do that. But I mean, it happens on the street just as much as it happens on
Yeah,
the
but I
phone.
mean,
Yeah, but
you
they
have
wouldn't,
such
though.
control. You're sitting in the safety of your house. Why did I say safety?
A safety?
In the safety of your own house. I sound like a Zimbabwean preacher. You are in the safety
In
of
the
your own
safety
home.
of your own house, Ray.
Yeah. But they can't get you.
I know they can't get you in the house, but Jays, they can get in contact with you in the house, though. And what it does then is it creates a lot of stress inside your body.
Yeah.
Like I said, you want that tunnel vision to pretend it's not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And-
you know, and again, back to the homeless people. You know when you walk by a homeless person in the street and you pretend that you don't see them when they're talking
So
to
that's
you?
what you're doing. That's a private number. Effect.
That's what you're doing because you're
Okay.
just going, I mean, I don't see that, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm looking ahead of me here. How
And
could I ever know there was a homeless person down there?
I just honestly, I think for the devilment, answer the private number cause. See who it is. If you look at the law of averages, the private number could also be the National Lottery ringing you to say that you should cash in that ticket you bought up in Mulligan Spa in Carlow.
I knew you were going to say that, but I don't do a lot of that much. But I knew you were going to say it could just as easily be someone saying,
Yeah,
Kendy, after winning
50-50.
£500,000.
Yeah.
But it's fucking not, though. It's someone looking for money.
Yeah.
If it's a private number, it's someone looking for Jason.
Tell you another one. It's the mad two way Tunisia will be ringing you the whole time.
Yeah.
That on 3 occasions this week, herself was sitting there and Tunisia rang.
Yeah, listen, why is it always Tunisia?
Well, Tunisia or the Dominican Republic.
Okay,
You know,
well,
all these fancy numbers. I'd love to answer them, but then apparently they'll take your money straight away.
yeah, if you answer, so that's what I'm worried about.
But if they answer you, they can't access your bank account and empty it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm worried about. Okay, so I wanted to get into a bit of trolling this week, Ray, right?
Right.
Wait and you hear, right? So I just want to count this out, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have got 8 private messages this week on my Facebook page. 8, Ray.
Okay.
All of them fake women saying, click on this link and you can have sex with my face. Right? Ray. And I wanted to troll every one of them and get big sexy into it, like, you know?
Yeah.
But I was thinking, if I even message back here, can they
take your money.
Can they
But
take your
that's
money?
what Ireland thinks.
Yeah, but they
as a
can hack.
country.
Yeah, but they can hack your account though. That's what you're afraid of on the Facebooks. I know the Irish people do think that you click it and your money's gone.
Yeah.
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 Someone clicks into an account and now we have no money anymore in the country. But when you
I
hear,
clicked on one of the birds on Facebook and I have no longer any money.
so when you hear, my favourite one was this one now, and I'm shite at Irish, but so her name was Priyanni.
Yeah.
Look at the head. I know you can't see her there, Ray.
I see a
Ray,
white light.
She has cans.
Have I the COVID?
She has cans bigger than a size 5 O'Neill. Honest
Okay.
to God, right? She's tanned, right? There's palm trees in the background. I don't know
Okay.
where the fuck that is. Moneygall. Like, I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
She said, "Ta spawn and memo vagina." It was she of Greece on. And then a fucking link to a thing. She was speaking in Irish. What does that mean, Taspawn? Come over here and fill up my vagina. Is that what that means?
I don't know. Taspawn is...
They've gone so intricate here in Tunisia and all these places that they're actually messaging Kendy in Irish. And then the link then is... vagina obviously doesn't have an Irish word, apparently.
No.
And a
It
link
probably
then,
does, but I'm sure they just got to the point at that point the sentence going, Jay, that's enough.
So she's messaging me in Irish. Right? Do you want to hear another few of them?
Yeah.
Okay, here's Rihanna, or
Oh.
Radhina, you probably is what it's called. I'm single. I want a man to have sex. To get my private sex tape, click here.
The way you worded that was, or the way you phrased it was, I want a man to have sex.
Yeah.
It's like she was
Not-
just worried about you.
Not me. I just want all the men to have sex
No,
out there.
but
That's all it
yeah,
is.
there's 2 ways to interpret it. She wants a man to have sex with.
Yes.
Or she wants a man to have sex, as in you. She wants
Yeah,
you to have
nothing
sex.
to do with her.
Nothing to do with her. She's
No.
she's rooting for you.
And the other one said the exact same thing. That's so funny that Deborah Pleggs, she said the same thing. I want a man to have sex.
Okay.
So weird that 2 of them like messaged the same thing. Okay, Magnus.
Got a man.
Here's Magnus. No, Magnus is a woman now.
Okay.
She said brunette housewives are looking for pleasure to make love. They love big and strong men to have sex. Wet. I'm waiting. I mean, why, Magnus, are you getting on to me? Did you look at me profile? Big, strong. No shagging way. I'm weak as piss.
I think we should make this a regular thing every week, where you read out the messages you get from these people.
I
'Cause
don't know
I love the way you phrase them.
I don't know how I got 8 of them, Ray. I mean, just absolutely mental. And they're all the same. They're all I want a man to have sex. I mean, maybe they just want men to have sex. I mean, who knows? This one is a lot simpler now.
Okay.
I'll leave you with one more. Dating site, bikini emoji. Bad bitch.
Straight to the point.
And a link.
And a link.
If I message those back and start trolling with them, will they be able to still hack inside me? So let me
Tune
know
in
that.
next week to find out how Kendy gets on with his 8 conversations.
Ah, Ray, you're so good at this, getting
Yeah.
people back.
All right, do you want to do a little
Cliffhangers.
quiz?
Do you know what?
What?
People might say that we're taking the piss with the quizzes. I fucking love doing
Well,
quizzes.
it's not
on
really a
this.
quiz. I've thought of this while we're talking.
Okay, sweet. Go.
So, who sent us in all the adjectives?
Just little something Wicklow.
Right.
Yeah.
They sent us in a big load of new adjectives for me.
Yeah, because you said that your vocabulary was...
It needed expansion.
Yes, for
It
sure.
had just gone a wee bit stale.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't using as much words as I should be using.
like, just there.
Just there. I really struggled just there.
Just like that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I've just figured out the way I want to work this now is I'm going to give you each of those. Each of those.
Each of those.
Each
You can't
of
give me
those.
all of them.
I
There's about
can't
500 of them.
I'm gonna fly through them.
Okay.
But I want you. Is Seamus back, by the way?
What?
Is Seamus back?
No, Seamus is still on holidays, the bastard, because he got quarantined. We
That's
better
a big-
just tell
right.
people. He got quarantined out in Spain, lads,
Yeah.
and he's stuck in a bungalow in Fungarola. We
With
can't-
Tony Travers and what's his face, DJ Gingerbread Man.
Yeah, they're going to be stuck there too now as well, lads. I
Right.
hope you're happy going on holidays, lads, out there, because you won't be coming back to my country. Go on.
Anyway, so I'd like you then to put a little bit of fancy kind of what am I thinking here now? Kind of playful quiz music under this.
Okay, no bother.
You know, the kind of...
Okay, sweet. Macarachi music.
Something
whatever.
like that, yeah.
Okay.
Something just to kind of to add that little bit of expedition to it.
No bother at all,
Yeah,
Ray.
okay.
I'll throw it in right now.
Thank you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit you with each word,
Okay.
and I want you to give me a sentence with each word in it. But I want you to do this real fast.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Right. Awesome.
Your one had some awesome howl on her.
Fascinating.
It's fascinating looking at them dirty rotten swingers at 4OD.
Incredible.
That is some incredible arse on a young one. Why is it always arse?
You're really running down her.
Kendy, get the arse out of your head.
Stunning.
What a stunning mother your man has.
Right. Surprising.
I was surprised by how intact she was.
Okay. Unbelievable.
There was an unbelievable night session going on.
Okay. I'm going to actually move on to some of the more harder ones.
Go.
Okay. Alluring.
He had an alluring scent on his body.
Why is everything sex related?
Come on, Ray, I don't know what these adjectives are just a big cat.
Winsome.
What?
Winsome.
Let me go out there and win some fucking money because I can't get a job.
Okay. Not heavenly.
Heavenly Father above.
Bewitching.
I'll be with you in a minute.
Beguiling. We've lost Kendy. Beguiling. Oh no, I know where you're going to go with this.
Beguiling Bigara.
I thought you were going to go Beguiling's put on some weight. Oh no. Adaptable.
We're very adaptable in fairness
We
to
are
us.
amorous.
I found out what this one was though.
Right.
Is it wasn't amorous to do with fucking... What the fuck was amorous again?
It's when you're kind of lovingly engaging with someone.
Oh
You know,
yeah, it's
you
a sexual... That's actually it is a sexual
It's
thing.
that lad at the Christmas party that won't leave any of the women alone.
Yeah, he's very amorous in himself.
Very good. Humble.
Well, I am not. Kendy ain't very humble.
Courageous.
Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. What's the next one?
Courageous.
It took courageous to come in.
And finally, enchanting.
Enchanting out very loud, everybody heard what they were saying.
Well done.
Thank you very much to Just Little Something Wicklow for sending those in. We have a few little bits that I just want to get onto at the end, Ray. Before we started, I sent out, does anyone want to hear us talk about anything? So let's just wallop through some of them that came into us. The most intriguing one that I found out of the whole lot was John Dillermand. Have
John
you
who?
fucking heard of John Dillermand?
No.
Okay. First of all, I want to know how John Dillermand actually got the rights to explain my life on a television program. It's a kids show in Denmark.
Okay.
John Dillermand is a gentleman who has a Mickey kids program,
Right.
who has a Mickey so long and windy that he can literally do anything with it. Solve crime, fucking clean the house, like paint. They said he can paint. And if you watch the show, Ray...
A Mickey.
A Mickey. This is not me being whatever they call it, facetious or whatever. This is
Well
true
done,
as
Jackson.
God.
That was a nice jump of a word
Thank
there
you.
now.
He goes around with a big stalk on him.
Solving crime.
Solving crime, man. Like fucking Superman would.
Normally the only time you hear stalks with crime is when it's committing it.
Yeah, exactly. And so I watched like 30 seconds of it before I literally ran down to you here. The scene I watched was, he was racing two young fellas on his bike, right?
Right.
And John sitting there smoking a fag going, yeah, you take off, lads, I'll give you a 10-second head start.
Yeah.
Right? Guess what he did?
What?
He flung the Mickey out, wrapped it around the lamppost, and catapulted himself to the finish line. Now, there's a load of problems with that, Ray. First of all, this is a children's television program.
I have to stop you.
Go on.
Where in the God's name do you see what this is doing is raising awareness that fellas like you and John are okay in the world.
Oh my God, I love that you're being so nice about us, but also feck off, right?
What about young fellas that are, you know...
Okay, what about the young fellas that just seen John Dillermand wrap his feckin' Mickey around the post and go, lads, you want to go out and have a bike race now? I have a good trick.
George Jesus, that could end badly.
Yes, it could end very fucking badly. I mean, I'm all for letting kids know, getting, your body is your body, don't be ashamed of it, but fucking hell, Denmark, what is wrong with you?
Right.
I'm
Okay.
ashamed that you have my first name abroad on top of your country. And Denmark gave out you. Okay, so that's John Dillermand, man. It is an absolute disgrace of a program, but you
Yeah.
should look it up. Anyone out there, seriously, we ain't trolling you bitches.
I'll be looking at it next.
It is 100% out there. Oh, also, did you see the fake Daniel O'Donnell profile that got put up?
I heard about this on the RTE today.
Oh, man. I mean, when I read that story, I said, I fucking love Ireland. I just love everything about Ireland, that this is a story on our national broadcaster, and also that it happened. Like, it actually happened.
How was it? Daniel Francis O'Donnell?
Yeah, Daniel Francis O'Donnell pretended to be Daniel O'Donnell. And
the big DOD.
And the main thing that he done was he asked people to pose naked with a tea cozy over their Mickey.
Just a tea cozy.
Just a tea cozy on over their Mickey. And this is the funny part of it as well.
Over their Mickey?
Or maybe it wasn't even, just a tea cozy on their heads. Oh, I thought they were going to be covering the young fella.
The big DOD doesn't be into that sort of stuff.
No, he wants to see the whole lot.
He wants to see the tea makers.
So he had to come out and give a statement and say, just letting you know, lads, it's not me. The Irish Examiner... The Irish Examiner, right? They interviewed one of the fans, Gloria O'Connell, right?
Yeah.
Who was friends with this page and thought that it was, in fact, the DOD.
The big DOD.
She says to the Irish Examiner, I have been friends with this other Daniel for quite a while now. I took it as genuine and thought that I had developed quite a bond with him. And then I was asked to pose with nothing on but a tea cozy.
Oh,
and then she knew something was wrong. But she was like, do you think she thought there was going to be an affair going on or something, poor Gloria? She was thinking, Jesus, me and Daniel are hitting it off. Because we know the power of Daniel. You remember the house that was in Tulsk and your woman he was landing up to her B&B and she was like, he's here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's here. And there's videos.
Then he said something about gas and she kicked him out.
No, that was a television ad. That was a television ad. That's a real thing. Your man goes, he's here. Oh my God, Daniel's here. And there's videos of Daniel O'Donnell in the 90s, Ray. And there's women throwing up dirty old rotten old granny knickers at him.
He's a very alluring personality now on the old Facebook.
Yeah, what do you think it is about him though?
I think it's the fact that he's so soft spoken. And he's got that way,
and
that lilt, you
and
know.
he sings also.
And he sings also. He's a superstar.
He's like a shite Tom Jones. You know what I mean? He's like an old biddy's Tom Jones, like, because there's young ones out there that would genuinely get up on top of Tom Jones. I don't know, is there young ones out there that would certainly
They're absolutely. I think Tom Jones has maintained the sex appeal throughout the ages.
Yeah, he certainly has. Fair play to him. And his tan also.
He is lovely tan.
Oh, this one's good. Okay, yeah, okay. I know we're under pressure for time, Ray, so I'll give you another one.
Yeah,
right?
no panic.
No, I'll give you another one. Okay, this is another one. I'm just racing through them here, right?
Go on.
So, ride, marry, or kill. Twink, Olinda Warchine, and Mary O'Canaja.
Okay, you're going to have to give me the actual names.
Twink,
Yeah.
Linda Martin,
Right.
or Mary Kennedy.
And what do I have to pick?
Ride, marry, kill. I know this already in my own head, what one I do.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell you what mine is?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, well, let me explain to you why it is, right? I would kill Twink.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, because she annoys my tits no end. She's giving out in her big, posh, stupid head.
Right.
I would probably have to...
Oh, no.
I would probably have to ride Linda Martin. Now,
Okay.
bear with me. I mean, she owled and dusty,
But she got the babs done, didn't she?
Yeah, and she maintained the body. Now, I couldn't be listening to her. I mean, I'd be telling her shut up in the middle of it, like.
Yeah, but I know well, Mary Kennedy's always going to be the one you marry.
Yeah!
She's lovely.
She's lovely. Guaranteed.
And she'd keep the house lovely.
4 times a day she'd ask you, do you want tea?
Yeah!
Guaranteed 4 times a day she'd ask you, do you want tea?
Sorry, I just can imagine her just out in the garden. Hello, and welcome to the garden. Here we are in sunny Rushinard, where my husband Mark is busy reading the paper.
And he's watching the football.
He's watching the football.
I'm going to go in and make him a hash brown and sausage bap, and I'm going to make him a little cup of tea. Join us after the break, and we'll find out how that went down for him. That was some of the leaders' questions there, and the leaders being the wonderful people. Also, I want to give a big sexy shout out, Ray, before we go home. Is that okay?
Why is everything sexy lately?
I don't know why I'm saying big sexy, because I feel big sexy.
Right.
I mean, it is what it
you're
is.
Feeling that way?
I think
Well,
it's going to be the new fair play to me. Anyway, I want to give a big sexy shout out to Kira's Cunningham out there, who last week after the episode sent me like a 5-minute audio voice note.
Right.
Just telling me how tremendous Kendy is and how she loved the episode and all this kind of crack, right? While she was walking through the streets of New York.
A big fair play to you.
A big fair play to me. Now, Kira, I have to say, when you sent me that voicemail, I was out of it. I was out of it on wine. I think it was after I don't know, it was after I was doing something anyway. So I was out of it.
How are we doing, Kendy?
I actually only saw the message again last night and realised that, shit, because I remember reading it going, that is so beautiful, or listening to it, nearly crying, listening to it, thinking that is so beautiful.
Yeah.
So, Kira, I love you. I think that we need to get some kind of diplomatic relations between Kendy and Raybo Podcast and America, and we need to get the Stunninghams home.
Yeah.
Now, we might have to send them an American in their place to get them back, but we'll send Des Bishop or someone. It doesn't matter anyway. Anyway, Cunninghams, we love you. That's kind of it. Ray, and
I just one shout out?
Go on.
Just when you're talking about fair play to you, Paul Donlan also said fair play to you.
Yes, he did.
Because he just thought that the way you went from last week's episode, which was episode 96, this is episode 97.
Yes, it is.
From last week, you said that you just wanted to be remembered fondly.
Yeah.
And Paul Donlan, I'd say amongst other people, all agree with you.
Yeah.
They just like to be remembered fondly.
Yeah, I think some people actually hit a number with that.
Yeah.
Just be remembered
Don't
for being you.
Mix that up with fondling.
No, they don't. I want to be remembered
So
for
if
fondling.
you're minding me in my later life and you're cleaning my stuff, I don't want you to be remembered as someone who was fondling.
Yeah, I remember Kendy fondling Ray.
I don't want to be fondled by you.
Ray, I can't promise anything.
Okay. On that note, thanks very much for listening, and tune in next week for all the updates and all the things we said will be updated this next week.
Ray, fair play to me.
Fair play to me. Good luck. Good luck.